Oh, well, I mean, so we can just start whenever.
Just start.
I'm so used to the
Welcome to the show.
introduction now.
I know. I'm waiting for it.
Oh, is this live? We're recording? It's not live.
We're always recording.
Yeah.
We had an intro, but
But it's somewhere in the SD vacuum.
Okay. So,
Well,
but that's something you'll add to it. Yeah. He's pretty
Apparently, we started filming about 5 minutes ago.
Right.
No one was aware of
But
it.
we're going to edit this part out.
Yeah.
I hope.
And,
See, we say that, but it'll go through production, and then this will be in there.
and you know
No.
what? We did not talk shit about anybody yet, so we're pretty good. I think we're on the.
Yeah, I think we're solid. We didn't say any bad things.
No names at least. and we can cuss, right? This is a cuss. This YouTube. We can say shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
The old George Carlin. All right.
But yeah, the man cursing is Sean Impara from Static Live.
Hey Joe. Hey Jeremy. It's like old days.
Old days. Good old days.
Yeah, back in the day.
We've had our good and bad days, haven't we?
Well, that's part of business. Nothing ever goes smoothly all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I think it is. There's like you said, good times, bad times. Shit happens. It always works out in the end. I think everyone gets to the point where they're at because of good times and bad times.
Sure. No doubt. No doubt.
You're going to learn from those bad times more than you are the good times. You don't learn a ton from the good times. You learn more from the bad times.
I think that's
No,
true.
you learn from the good times.
Yeah.
You have to have a positive attitude. You have to have a positive attitude. Like every day is a good day.
Yeah. Oh, you definitely have to have a positive
You don't want to
attitude.
think about the bad.
But I learn way more from my failures than I do my wins.
I say I've never failed. I've either won or I've learned.
Okay.
But I've never failed.
Hey, I like
I have
that.
never
there you
failed.
Go. There you go. I like that. Kind of like your last post there, where how many times did a musician mess up? I like that one. That was kind of funny.
That was funny.
I never mess up, and he was like, "Yeah, you did. You're out of tune."
Speaking of
7 times.
musicians, I've always wanted to have this topic,
Okay,
this conversation
okay,
about
here we go.
musicians, because I'm on the, we have venues, so I won't say I'm on the venue side, but I do get both sides.
Sure.
But I deal with
Me
a
too.
lot. We deal with a lot of venues, and we deal with a lot of musicians, from DJs to locals, some
Everything.
regionals, a few nationals, and stuff like that. And it seems like, to me, they all look at themselves differently.
Okay.
The venue wants you to play for $12 and do a 9-hour set.
Yep.
The band wants to play for 2 45-minute sets and be paid $1 million.
Yes.
And we have to fight and meet in the middle, because
Yes.
you got two heads very strong at each other. They don't want to pay more than this. They don't want to play for this. They only want to do this. And I feel like it's gotten worse over the years.
My favorite thing is when I have a new venue that's interested in working with Static Live, they all say the same thing. I want somebody with a following. Okay. And it's like, my budget's $250. And I'm like, okay. So a following for a solo, what's a following for a solo? I don't know.
Like I said, they all want to pay $250, $250 for 4 hours worth of music, which really is 3 hours worth of music
because
with the breaks.
You get the breaks.
Which was something I have on here. And then they want you to bring them 80 people to drink and eat, to spend $3-4 grand at their bar, and they still want to pay you $250.
Yep.
But I think the more musicians got to get creative. I think if I was a musician or a DJ, I'd be like, listen, what's your average sales? What's your this? And then I would try to do based on sales.
Yeah,
I would love to.
You wouldn't tap yourself out. Listen, I normally do $8 grand with or without you. Anything over $8 grand, I'll give you 3%, 5%, 10%, whatever number that would make sense. You have to sit down and figure out some numbers. But I feel that an artist, a DJ, they keep the people. They're not supposed to bring them. But I think they should be helping to bring them.
Sure.
When you're telling me you're an artist and you have 200 Facebook followers and 400 Instagram followers, you're not helping the situation.
No. In this day and age, let me tell you, the number one thing that, like, there's a lot of people that are younger that we work with, and they all want to be famous. They all want to go to Nashville. They want to do everything. The music companies these days, they won't even look at you unless you have over 10,000 followers. They won't touch you.
I love when I get a call from musicians. Hi, my name's Stephen Smith. I'm a Nashville recording artist. I'm like, my name's Jeremy. I'm a NASCAR driver. I went around the NASCAR driver once, and I drove a BMW around the NASCAR track once. That doesn't make me a NASCAR driver. So where did these people go and record in Toby Keith's studio, and they pay $1,000 a song, $1,500 a song to record? And where did them saying they're a Nashville recording artist become a status?
For years.
But who made it a status? How is that a status?
Because it's a music,
Is it kind of like
community.
saying I'm a Harvard grad?
Kind of, yeah. There's so many people out there, and where did they?
You're a Harvard grad.
Oh yeah.
Got a certificate.
He does
in meteorology.
Yes, he
Hard
does.
Knocks
I
life,
swear
Harvard.
he does. He did it.
But what I'm saying is, you know how like when people go to Harvard or Yale or Stanford, like I'm a Stanford grad, so I feel like when someone calls, and I hate when they do that. That's like you've turned me off the minute you call me, and be like, hey, I'm from Nashville or I'm from Tallahassee, whatever, and I'm a Nashville recording artist. I almost want to hang up the phone.
Every single one, no matter where, it could be in Bob's basement in Nashville. It doesn't have to be, the Sound Emporium or some of these really big, Sun Records. All right, they could be. It's almost like a status symbol. Oh, I recorded in Nashville. So what? It really doesn't matter.
They didn't call you to record. You went there.
Yep.
And I would say 99 out of 100, you paid them $1,000, $1,500, $2,000,
100 out of 100.
5,000 $5,000 for a day's worth of recording. They recorded your song and produced it and gave it back to you. But that's not a status. And for some reason, these musicians think that I'm a Nashville recording is a status symbol.
Yeah, and it's always Nashville. Why isn't it Austin or why isn't it
L.A.?
Los Angeles?
L.A.'s got a great musician.
Yeah, of course it is.
You guys are missing the point. So I remember when that started to be a thing, the Nashville recording artist, because I started to use it. Not the artist using it. I was using it promoting the Nashville player because we would bring somebody in that doesn't have a name. They're not known in the country music world. They don't have a name. They're not going to draw, but they're good, right? This is when country just started to get big. Like country was becoming mainstream because country wasn't always what it is now. Country music was not mainstream. When it started to get mainstream, it became, because I could put it on my posters and I'd say, all right, well, I got Nashville recording artist. And when I would put that on the posters in the beginning, when this first started, I would get a much bigger crowd from saying
so
Nashville.
It's the venue's
recording
fault.
artist.
They said it Nashville recording artist.
Or
it's your fault.
Joe's fault.
I started doing
that
10 years ago, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Because it brought more people. I noticed.
Yeah, but
that
someone had to
worked.
call themselves a Nashville recording artist.
I'm sure I saw it somewhere. I didn't come up with it, but
it's a good idea.
But it worked, and putting that on the poster.
But they still do it, and like these venues know. As soon as you call, dude, I'm telling you, I'm like,
I'm the same way, kind of.
And you get it. I'm sure you get it, Sean.
50 emails a day.
Hey,
half of them,
can I get a gig? I'm a Nashville recording artist like you and 30 other people today.
Yeah, yep. Good for you. You got off a bus and you spent a lot of money on a song that maybe nobody heard. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's some local guys that have gone up and done well. I'll mention a name, Ryan Robinette. I don't know if you guys.
I remember Ryan Robinette.
Okay, this is a great story. He used to play for me at some of the local bars, Kona, some of the other places that I book, and every time he would do really well, but they would like, he's not that great, whatever. Now he went up to Nashville, right? He is a writer. He's averaging what, 1 million, a million whatever streams on Spotify. So you never know. You got other artists like Reed Foley, some of these other people that have gone up. They've spent the money. Don't get me wrong. Our first album with Reed Foley spent $25,000. He never even released it.
Really?
Never even released the album. He just didn't like the way it sounded. So there are some people that go up there and they can brag that they're Nashville recording artists and they can back it up. But it's now, just like you said, it's become so overused that it goes right over my head. Show me some video. Let me see how you sound, and we'll go from there. I don't care.
Even if you have a record, country is one of those things where you could be big in one area and nobody knows you in another area.
Oh, sure. Totally.
You remember back in the day we brought the Lacs?
Yeah, they're huge.
They're huge.
I love the Lacs.
And people knew them here, but they go to another part of the United States and nobody knew who they were.
No.
They couldn't get booked for $50, but they come down here, they were getting 10,000.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, yeah. And they're still doing well. I look them up. I look at when we did all those shows at the Hidden. What was it? Hidden Treasure, Pub 44, whatever. 44. Pub 44, yeah. That was after Gilly sold it. But we did some really big shows. I mean, we had Vanilla Ice, and we sold out almost all of them. And it's weird to me that nobody's still doing something like that in New Smyrna because they were moneymakers, and we had, Puddle of Mud, Saliva, Buck Cherry, all those
nowadays
ones.
it's hard.
Yeah.
I think the economy with changing a little bit, I don't want to keep pointing everything in the economy, but the shows are different than they were 10 years ago and 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I remember Vanilla Ice. We were wrapped around the corner, $25 tickets.
I think we got him for like $10,000 back then.
No,
how much was he? He wasn't a lot though.
$25,000.
Was he?
$25,000.
Well, that's cheap now, probably because
he's 75 now.
Yeah, that's
Is
like
he really 75
grand.
Yeah,
Jesus.
it goes fast.
25. He was great for 25. We killed it.
Yeah, it was good.
I mean, we sold like 1,500 tickets at $25. We killed it out
Yeah,
there.
and he stayed. Let me tell you, he was cool. He stayed for the whole show.
I've done it twice. I did it again.
He signed all the autographs. He met everybody. He did not leave. He didn't have all the little teeny boppers come on his bus. He was a gentleman, and I'll say that. A lot of
He
people
didn't have a bus.
No, I don't remember. He
He
drove
drove that dually.
Yeah,
from,
that's right.
Miami.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
He lives in Miami.
But he wasn't.
He drove this dually with these pins sticking out the side of the rim. Like, it was a badass
like
dually.
a chariot from
Yes,
the
yeah,
Roman
it was.
times. But those were good times. The music business is changing every day. As you know, people, they're not really making money unless they go out on tour.
Well,
they're not.
See, I disagree. If you have 5 or 6 gigs making $250, $300, you can make 50, 60 grand. And for a single artist with no...
locally, sure.
Locally, you can't. But then you have to keep building. I think a lot of them do that. Same with DJs.
Yeah.
DJs will get 3 gigs at $250 a night. That's $750 a week for literally 20 hours of your time. Considering breakdown, setup, and play, 20 hours, you're making $800.
Yeah, there's some local bands that are playing...
That's not a bad day for 20 hours worth of work. And you're playing somebody else's songs on a $3,000 system maybe, and you're good to go.
Yeah, well, I was talking more nationally, but yeah, there's several artists here locally that have been doing this quite a while, and they make great money. They make 60, 70, maybe more.
But why don't they take it to the next level? They don't want to, too lazy, don't care. What do you think it is? There's really some good talent.
It's not easy. It's like pro sports. How we all wanted to play. Joe was a quarterback at University of Miami. Why didn't he play pro?
Harvard
wasn't
called.
good.
Harvard called. But it's literally 1 in a million. So
but to be that one, you have to keep going. And I feel like a lot of them just take what it is, and they don't. That you're a brand.
Yeah,
singing is singing. DJing is DJing. There's nothing you're going to do that much different. You're either going to be good or not. That's really what it boils down to. It's not like you're going to come up with this new trick as a DJ or this new, guitar solo as an artist that's going to blow you up.
No, it's all been played before.
And
now
now
you
you
have
have
a
a lot more than talent. You can't just, in the music world,
It's
you
marketing.
can't just have, it's not just marketing.
It's just marketing.
You have to be charismatic. You have to have charisma. You have to have stage presence. You have to have talent. You have to be good looking for the most part. There are some people, but you have to have all those
I can
things.
name one band that has none of that. That's one of the biggest bands.
I'm not saying all of them, but the majority
Look
of
at
it.
the Clean Sound Posse.
They were niche.
They wear makeup. They yell into microphones. They're not good looking.
Charismatic as hell. They have charisma.
What I'm saying is they're not. It's not. But they found a spot. They found a talent.
They found a niche.
They found a niche.
Yeah.
So you have to find a niche. Some guy in cowboy boots and a cowboy hat singing about my dog died on the front porch is not niche.
Yeah. Well, that was Jelly Roll. Think about it. Jelly Roll.
All tatted up and country singing and overweight. Now he lost weight and he's he looked like a poor white rapper and was doing country music. Guys, one of the biggest stars.
Well, I met him through when we did Earth Day Birthday through Ryan.
Yeah,
and he used to manage him. And actually, Jelly Roll wanted to record with Billy and I, and we just never took the next step. I think he might have even been in the Billy studio at one point. I'm not really sure, but I mean that guy again. He had he was hip hop kind of right. Remember, he mixed the hip hop, the rap with the country. But same thing, dude. In 1 year, he went from, I think, Earth Day Birthday, he got paid $15,000-$20,000.
Yeah.
And now he's getting $1 million a show. And that's like in 3 years he's done that. So
but Ryan told us Jelly Roll was on that.
Yes.
Yeah, he was getting there, and it was,
He was
just
already
a
on
start.
it, yeah.
So at that point, 3 years before Jelly Roll became the Jelly Roll we all know, he knew. There were people that knew he had the machine,
the charisma
behind
that
him.
you talked about.
But he had the machine, the marketing. He had the machine behind him, but he had charisma. He had a story.
What you're saying is
he can
all
captivate.
It's part of its marketing. Yeah.
It's
And
It's
management.
not all marketing.
80% is marketing. They can make you sound good. They can make anybody sound good.
Management too,
The marketing isn't going to make you sound good. That's going to be
Marketing is going to get
be
you out
production.
there.
But marketing is very important, but you can't just market anybody on the street and make them the biggest star. You have to have so many different factors.
Yeah.
I'm
And
going to disagree. 1 or 2 maybe, but I'm thinking
we put a market. So Virgin Records or big, they put money behind you. They market you. You'll hit it number 1.
Yes.
With no talent.
Yes.
Not that you have no talent, but
wow, thanks, Joe. But yes,
No, you wouldn't.
because they're going to put the marketing behind what the talent is. Screaming into a microphone, country, rock, whatever it is.
you can't market anybody.
I think part of it's management, and it's also you got to know somebody.
Find a niche.
You got to know somebody too, right? Anybody that's big, they have a connection, they have an avenue.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. You know how much her parents spent to make her famous?
Oh, so much.
$10 million. All right, it's a great investment. She's worth $1 billion, but they spent $10 million.
Because you have to spend money to make money. Yeah, everyone thinks you can just sing.
No.
Or you can play DJing, but you have to spend money to make money. You have to do free shows. Like that's what kills me is some of these DJs. You can put them at a festival in front of 5,000 people, but you only got $200 because it's really like an app thing. Yeah. They can get in front of 5,000 people and they'll turn it down. Oh, my time's worth more than $200. But you're gonna be in front of 5,000 people playing. Before Vanilla Ice, why would you not take that gig?
Yeah, I get that all the time.
Do you remember at Pub 44 when we had the opening band pay us?
Yeah. No, that's buy-ons all the time. People still do it. You know what?
So I had fun with it one year. So who did we bring in that year?
I can't remember.
It was Puddle of Mud or one of these decent CB bands, I'll call them. And everyone's called. We heard you bring in. Can we open? And we got I got 20 calls. These local bands all want to open for them. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? We're going to do a battle of the bands. So 2 weeks.
We had Stealing Vanity. Vanity.
2 weeks before, we did a battle of the bands. We took 7 bands. Said, y'all play for, I think it was 30 minutes for free, not paying you.
Yep.
The winner of that will get $1,000 and to open up for Puddle of Mud.
Yeah.
And remember, I'm selling that event, selling tickets to the event, selling alcohol. We did 15, 20 grand. Let them open up for Puddle of Mud, paid them $1,000. It was perfect.
Yeah. That's how Reed Foley, he got to open for Jason Aldean. They had a big contest at 6 different bars, and you had to, each artist had to come and play for free, and whoever won the Battle of the Bands or whatever the singer, they got that, and that still goes on. Now, a lot of the bands that do original music, they frown on that. I reached out to some friends of mine. We were trying to push somebody as far as get them on a tour. And I was like, hey, do you know anybody that does buy-ons? And they freaked out on me, quit talking to me for a while because it's fucking cheating. No, man, Led Zeppelin never did a buy-on, and they went on and on. But it still happens in the business where, hey, you pay $5,000 and you get to open for this person or that person. And it apparently it works. I mean, I've heard where people, they got their shot, because they got to play in front of this executive or that guy manager.
Think about
or
Rockville.
whatever.
You don't think any of those smaller bands pay to play?
Oh, I'm telling you, that's how Ryan made his money when he had his stage at Earth Day Birthday.
Right. I guarantee you that
they were paying $5,000 for one set.
You look at that Rockville one. I guarantee you, there's 30 bands on there that are paying $1,000 to $10,000 to be on that same card as Metallica and Guns N' Roses and all these ones that have played the best. I'd pay. I mean, if I had a band and you tell me give me $5,000, I'll put you on the same stage 3 hours before Metallica, and I get to use that as my 100%. I would.
Yeah.
But
they still
pay
to
play. We get.
How are you in the same sentence saying you don't understand why bands and musicians and DJs don't push all the way to the top because they're building a brand, and then say you're going to charge them $5,000 to open for a big band?
They have to. That's marketing, though.
The only person that's going to make it is someone with money. That's it.
Money is the key. Money is everything. Is money. You could be talented, but if you don't have the money, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
but it's also some marketing.
Not always. I mean, there's so much talent out there. It's not like it used to be, though.
Justin Bieber was found on YouTube. Yeah. Post Malone recorded his own stuff. Yeah. There are ways to get around without marketing, without all of that. And you have to have talent. You have to have charisma. You have to have a look that captivates an audience. If you have the ability to captivate an audience, to hold them in the palm of your hand when you're speaking to them, you can make it.
Yeah.
You don't need marketing. You don't need money. You just have to have this it factor that not a lot of people have.
Yeah, and it's
how does it get out there though?
Like I said,
YouTube
Justin
TV,
Bieber was on YouTube.
Justin Bieber was on YouTube, got picked up by
Post Malone. Never had it, and Jimmy, you might know this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure he didn't have a label. He recorded his own stuff. Yeah, Spotify. He got himself out there. Not a marketing company. It was him with no money.
Another one, Billie Eilish.
Why he could do that?
Yep.
And we got Sean sitting in the studio. He can back me up. The Fairness in Music Act is why he can do that.
Yeah. Why is that?
You used to have to be syndicated and distributed to get in front of any kind of record label to get heard, to get your music out in front of people. You don't need that anymore. Yeah. You own all of your music 100% now. First person to file the copyright owns it, and that's it. End of story.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's how they were able to use the YouTubes and Spotify's and everything else you can put your music on. But yeah, money can get you, and Taylor Swift captivates an audience. Taylor Swift is pretty. Taylor Swift has a lot of it, but she has that it. And money helped her get there faster. I remember she was in Stone Harbor, New Jersey when she was 13, 14.
Singing at the malls.
Like, no, she was like, but she was a known then. Like, you knew who Taylor Swift was before she was on the radio because there was so much money. She was in Stone Harbor. She was in, it was talked about.
The big machine was pushing her.
Yeah. And this is before she was, even before the Tim McGraw song came out.
Right. But it's not like it used to be. If you had talent, a record label would pick it up and they're like, here's $10,000 up front. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Now it is not what we can do for you, but what can you do for us?
They switched it.
Yeah, they did.
They switched it. Yep. The Nashville way, they switched it.
Yeah. That Nashville, that seems to be the theme today. All right, well, what's next? Where are we going
back to Jelly Roll for a minute, and this taking it all the way to the top and taking every gig. Sometimes you got to play that $200 gig. I'm glad you used him as the example. You seen he just canceled a bunch of shows on tour.
Did he?
I didn't see that.
He did.
I saw he's skinny as shit and shaved his beard for the first time in 10 years.
He burned out. He can't handle the stress of touring anymore. He feels horrible for not being able to make the shows that he promised his fans. But in just that short amount of time, Jelly Roll is done. It's taken that kind of toll on him.
Well, everybody wants a piece of him now because
but I mean, you're making millions. You do what you want. You love to sing. Like, I get I haven't been there, so I can't speak, but how hard is your life?
Very hard. If you're playing like that, very hard.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it's all right before the show. He had this group prayer. Everybody gathered around. It was real nice, and then he fucking grabbed a Jaeger, a fifth, and pounded it before he got on the stage.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to
do. When you're waking up in the morning, getting on a plane, flying to an interview, getting on another plane, flying to a show, going straight to your hotel,
it's got to get
waking
old.
up, doing it again. It's hard.
And do you know how much energy and effort it takes when you're on stage to captivate that audience? That takes a lot out of you. You are using energy like you're up putting a roof on a house.
He's not a younger guy, too. He's been through a lot through his life. You know, he was, remember, in prison. He was a drug addict.
Rolling Stones were still touring up till last year.
Yeah, but they got the best drugs and best doctors in the world. It's Keith Richards. Dude.
He's running down the stage like it's. I don't know.
Hey, I saw AC/DC like 6 months ago. I'm telling you right now,
it's what you make it.
Yeah, it is. That's true. If you're
drinking every night and you're getting off stage at 11:30 and going out and drinking till 4 or 5 in the morning and drugs and women and
it's not going to be easy.
It's probably not going to be easy. But if you get off at 11, go have dinner and go to bed at 2 in the morning and get up at 8, 9, hit the gym, I think your body can do it. We've all had our alcohol nights.
Yeah, well, it's just like
try to get up the next morning at 8 o'clock after you've been out till 4 in the morning drinking and go to work. It's going to be hard. I completely agree. Then you got to do it again.
Being out till 4 in the morning, drinking or partying or doing whatever, and being out till 4 in the morning, being on stage, entirely different.
You're not. You're 90 minutes on stage. I mean, yes, the performance is 90 minutes. But you're practicing, but once you have it down, I mean, how often do you really practice once you're doing your?
It's tough. I think it's tough. It's like being a pro athlete too. You know, nowadays you got to have. You know, these guys got hyperbaric chambers and, doing the best health foods, and it's not like the '70s where
whiskey and cocaine could get you through everything.
Yeah, these guys. That's why they're still on tour. Is they've got doctors and fitness instructors that follow them around and chefs. They got their own. The rich guys. That's why they're still doing it, is because they're more health conscious. It's not like there's no way you could do that. And, you see all the ones that do, they, like Sublime and what was it? Blind Melon, all these guys, they die at a young age because they're partying too hard.
And they're doing one a week.
Yeah.
It's not like they're touring hard. They're going, they're flying, they're doing one on a Saturday, and the next Saturday they have one on a Saturday. So they're touring one a week.
Yeah.
Now, if you're, like if AC/DC at their age was on a tour, no chance.
Yeah.
No chance they could keep up with that.
I'm telling you.
I think they could.
I was shocked with the energy they had. I mean, the guy's like 70-some years old, and I almost had a heart attack for him just watching him. Okay, so where are we going? What's another subject? You said you wanted to ask me some questions. We got the musicians, and they all think they're great playing other people's music.
How many want booking agents?
Hold on. Before we get there, you said something earlier, and I think you were dead wrong.
Okay. Oh, damn.
Tell me how you really feel, Joe.
Point, counterpoint.
No,
Jane, you ignorant slut.
You said that a band or a musician's job isn't to bring people in, it's to keep them there. I completely disagree with you on a certain level.
On a local level.
No, on a local level. If I'm paying you $250, I don't expect you to bring people.
I will actually.
If I'm paying you $500 to $800, or if I'm paying you more than $500, I expect you to bring
for
people.
a single. So you're talking about a single artist.
Or
Just
maybe, duo,
a
trio,
band,
maybe.
Band 500, I'm not going to expect. But if I'm paying you over $500, I expect you to bring people. Because you know what? If you're not going to bring people, I'm going to make the same amount of money with that guy for $250 that I would for $5.
I'm taking the $250 guy, the $250 DJ.
Going to keep them there just as long as the $500
They keep them there,
guy.
but they're not going to bring. Remember, they play 3-4 nights a week right down the street. Yeah. What makes you think? There's very few, I call them cult followings. There's a few bands that have cult followings. They play, people come, no matter how many nights, no matter how many days.
You know, even though they play this
money.
They're worth, and they're getting the big money. You got Our Friends Electric. Anywhere they play, no matter where they play, it's packed.
Yep.
You got the Hayfires and the Crash Rockets. No matter where they play, it's packed.
Yeah.
And they're getting, 12, 15, 18, 2000.
And what's amazing is they're doing the same thing they did 10 years ago, and they're still pulling it.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
Take it out.
They're still pulling it. They're doing the same thing. They haven't changed. They haven't changed their act. They haven't changed their songs, their set list, and they're still bringing it in. Big money.
Yep.
People ask me who,
because they have a cult following.
Yeah,
but also,
it is a cult following.
Look at every single one of those. They promote. They have Facebooks. They do their own flyers. They have a media manager or a manager or someone that handles that. They have a merch person that sells their merch. Which merch isn't just about making money. It's about getting your name out there and people wearing your shirts and your hats and your koozies. So all that, they do that. But then you got these other guys who are actually talented as well, but they do none of that.
Yeah, well, one of the things Joe did at Chase's was like, hey, if you don't post at least 2 or 3 times before your show for your show at Chase's, we're just going to find somebody else. Yeah. And you're not asking that much. I mean, with Facebook, you set it all up at one time, and it
shouldn't have to ask. That's what they should be doing.
They should be. I shouldn't have to ask.
We
You're
all
right.
agree,
but you can't.
We
expect,
agree.
You can't expect DJ Joe, as an example, to bring you enough people. They just remember he's playing Friday here, Saturday here, Sunday here, and Tuesday here. You cannot expect him to bring you 50, 60
If they
people.
want $250, I do not expect them to bring me.
That's what I'm saying.
But if they want 5, 6, if they want over $250, you better be bringing people in. You better be promoting it, because if you aren't, you are not worth what you're asking.
Yeah, you should at least be able to cover.
So a solo for $250 doesn't bring anybody. You're okay with that?
I'm okay.
But a soloist for $350, he better bring people.
Yeah.
Now, what made you pay him $350 instead of $250?
Why is he worth any more than $250?
Why did you agree to pay him $350?
I didn't. Well, I did if he brought, if he posted.
Yeah, here's the thing:
you got to post, you got to promote. If you want that extra money, you got to do it.
I'm going to slightly disagree, and I'm kind of on the artist. It matters what makes sense. When I have a party coming in of 80, I need him to keep the people, not bring people. But on a Friday night that's slow, I need to figure out what's a lower DJ that I can pay or a lower musician to keep the people there but not break the bank.
Yeah.
Every event to me or every night is a different character, what can fit.
Now, obviously, an event is different, because you have something going on. And, I book differently for events than I do.
But every day is an event.
Yeah.
To me, every day is an event.
I would think as a solo or a duo, at the very least, you should have maybe, your parents or at least almost cover your cost, for booking them for $250 or $300. You should.
How often does that really happen?
Oh, not bad.
Your
it's
250 guys, how much do they really actually bring the parents to every gig or the girlfriend? Usually they bring their dad and the girlfriend who have one beer and maybe a burger. Like they don't pay for themselves to be there.
Which I'm not worried about it. I'm worried, I'm paying them $250 to get more drinks out of the people that were going to be there anyway.
Yeah.
And that makes financial sense to me. It is a small percentage of the revenue that's coming in to keep them here a little longer and extend that revenue. But if you want more money, guess what? That percentage on my revenue just got higher, and I want it to be at a certain percentage. So if I'm going to pay you more, you better bring me more in.
Yeah. And the thing is,
because I'm not going to make as much money if you're not bringing people in and I'm paying you more.
I get both sides of it. I get both sides of it because, every venue wants what we originally started with. They want the talent, they want the less money or whatever. If you have a really good venue, it really doesn't matter who you have as long as they're good. Mm-hmm. Now, if they're really good, then they want more money, they should bring a few people out.
Yeah.
Period. But
I believe in making them work for it, though, dude. I mean, that's my big thing in 26 is I have a couple venues, and the now thing is we're going to partner on this event. I'm not just going to pay you and promote you and market you and put the flyer out there so you show up hour before, play for 4 hours, aka 3, because you're taking breaks, and you want free alcohol, and then you're gonna pack up your stuff and leave, and you want to make X amount of dollars. Yeah, it's a partnership.
Oh, do you still give them free booze?
I don't.
I stopped that.
I'll give them a beer here and there, or do a shot with them once in a while, but I don't do the free booze.
Well, what was the place that just closed down a little bit? Trinog, or what was it?
Terranog.
Terranog. The only way they would pay bands is you have to go sell your own tickets, and whatever tickets you sold, that was the money you made.
I've done that theory, but I just did that theory a couple weeks ago, and it worked. And I've got another one in January. We're doing every Friday and Saturday with a band, and they're selling their own tickets.
Yeah.
See, that's smart.
And that's why I want moving forward. For me, I'm not hiring not everywhere, but at this particular venue, we're not going to hire this band for $1,500. Also promote them, also market them.
Yeah, you're doing all the legwork for them.
Why would I do all that? That doesn't make sense. I'll guarantee you 5, and then we'll do a rev share or a door split or a ticket split. But these, I feel like, at least locally, these days of paying this astronomical band this amount, and then you have to do all the work and then make the money. I think that
makes sense because this area is really watered down too. You know what I mean? You got, just like you said, you've got one band playing at one place, and then the next week they're playing 3 doors down. And
Good
so
band.
There we go.
But yeah, they're playing on. They're playing nobody this has bar 6 on Friday. Sunday they're playing three places down, and then next Tuesday they're playing across the street.
And nobody has a no compete clause, right? On Main Street, no, you can't really. So that makes it really difficult. But the idea is, because every band will tell you they're the fucking greatest thing since sliced bread, even though they're still playing other people's songs.
And those are my favorite ones.
Okay,
and I go, let's do the damn thing.
There we go. So you go sell your own. Prove to me how good you are. Go sell some tickets, and then you might get next time.
Fail.
Yeah,
most of them fail.
Yeah, most.
And they wonder why they got a check for $375.
Yeah.
Instead of the $900 they wanted.
Yeah. Well,
I love your idea with the partnership, like making them partner in and making.
And you know what's funny? I've
called
called people like you that we know in the industry and said this is a new direction I want to go in, and they love it.
Yeah.
Like I've got one guy that does. I call them CB list celebrities. They're not your $1 million guys. They're your $5,000, $10,000
regional.
Regional, yeah.
Okay.
And they're some decent ones like the Puddle of Mud. And he goes, listen, if I can get this, I'll give you 2 nights. You take the door, but I want this rental fee. But you're telling me they want $2,500 a night. They have an option to walk away with $10,000, but they got to help sell the tickets.
Yeah.
And they're like, all right, well, and they're actually literally going after their bands because they've got to do a new way because these CB list bands aren't getting the bookings.
Well, because, I mean, look, you guys talk about you worked a lot in the Pub 44 days when the Pub 44 was around. Look at how much money a bar would make then. Look at how cheap, like a keg of PBR and like how much profit was made and stuff like that. Now think about that time and then think about what we make now when we
changed.
put on events.
But it's also the science of the business that I think we had back then. Like, I can't remember if it was the Lax or Vanilla Ice. They were supposed, doors open at 7, let's say. I don't remember the time, but doors open at 7. They were supposed to go, there was an opening band, and they were supposed to go on at 11, right? We couldn't play music past 1. I don't remember.
It was out there, yeah.
You had to be done by 1 because there was a sound ordinance because we were outside. So they were running late. I pushed them back an hour. They started on their way. They're like, hey, we're running a few minutes late. I'm like, fine. We're actually not going to go on at 10. We're going to go on at 11.
Yeah.
But the set won't end till 1:30. I said, I don't care. So I pushed them back an hour. We did another $6,000 in beer sales in that hour because we were packed.
Yeah.
And
every place tries to do that.
But we did it. But there's a threshold where you got to get them on.
Be careful.
We got them on right at that threshold. Then at 1 o'clock, the cops came.
Yeah.
And they're like, you have a sound ordinance. We're like,
you have an hour, right?
I had an hour.
Yeah. So
I go, well, tell me the sound ordinance. And I already knew it. And he goes, you have to shut off the music. You have 1 hour to change what it is, or I come back and write you a second ticket. I go, okay, what happens after that? He goes, then the third time we take you to jail. I said, great, see you in an hour. Kept on playing. Took my $400 fine.
Yeah, versus
paid it the next day. We did
$6,000.
And then the extra half an hour we did like another $4,000. So I did $10,000. I will give you $400 all day for $10,000. It was an investment. It was a making money to make money.
Yeah, I think Joe's right though that it is a little tougher. I don't know if it's the economy or whatever. I think a lot of the younger people aren't drinking as much. They're more into CBDs and weed and whatever else they want to catch a buzz on. But the baby boomers and then what generation whatever I am, I don't even remember. We were drinkers.
But if you look at people going to that nowadays, look at the New Year's Eve parties. Nobody's going after the younger ones. I have 2 of them. They're Y2K.
Yeah.
I'm doing a Y2K party because that makes sense. Because I'm going to get the 30s, 40s, and 50-year-olds. And if I happen to get some 20-year-olds, they still know Y2K.
Yeah.
But I'm not basing any of my events anymore on 20-year-olds. Unless I get that fraternity calls and says, hey, we want to do an event.
Right.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, it's tough too. You know, like the people like my age, I'm not out till 11 o'clock at night. I mean, if it's somebody really good, I'll go see them.
What are you in your 60s now?
Yeah, almost. Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah, you go out though, don't you? I mean,
yeah, not as much as I used to. I mean, yeah, I used to go out all the time, but you know, waking up like you said, you know, you go out drinking. Yeah, you know,
you book a lot of bands, right? Mostly bands, solos, duos.
Yeah, mostly solos and duos.
Solos and duos.
Yeah, and
then the going rate for what is 10-15% you make off their gigs for booking?
No, it just depends.
Changes.
It depends. Like some of the guys I've been working for a long time, they get a little lower percent because they've been with me since the beginning. They've been really loyal to me. You know, let me tell you, this is a great story. I'll even mention his name, Adam Floyd. Yep. One time, Adam walked up to me and he gave me $30, and I'm like, "What's this for?" And he goes, "Oh, I just played a wedding." And I'm like, "Well, I didn't book it." He goes, "No, but you booked me at this venue, and I got the wedding because you booked me that." You know, those are the artists that maybe
that'll never happen again in your life, and that's a good guy.
That's a good guy.
Adam's good people.
Do you know how many times I've got somebody at a gig like that, and then they live like, dude, I just got a wedding, I got to this, and the club owner comes up and wants me to play every Friday. I'm like, you got that because of me.
Yeah.
Not that I want anything, but don't forget that when I call you
when I
ask
need
you a favor. And I'm a big favor. A lot of DJs, I'll get a gig. Oh, how much do you want? Can I take you to dinner? I'm like, I don't want nothing from you, bro. But I'm going to call you one day. I'm going to need a favor. I called the DJ the other day. I'm like, hey, I need to borrow some equipment for a friend of mine. Done. Where do you want it? Came, dropped it off, set it up, let the person play, and picked it back up and drop it off.
Yeah. Loyalty.
That to me was loyal because
loyalty's a lot. Loyalty's a lot.
I don't need your dinner. I don't want you to give me $30 for booking your gig. I'm happy you got the gig. Thanks for what you do. Just
if I call you last minute and you happen to be available, or
if I need you to come do a karaoke thing, and I need you to do it for $100 because it's a party and that's all the budget. I need you to do it and not ask me
or
why.
Charity event. You know, a lot of my guys do that for me. Help me out.
Come for wings and beer on this Sunday for 2 hours. You're going to go, okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
And that's the relationships that I've built. I don't book. I'm not a booker.
Yeah.
But I definitely built those relationships. Hey, I need a favor. But also, you need this DJ. Hold on, I'll get you somebody. Hold on, I'll get you somebody. Hold on, I'm going to have this guy call you and. I don't take any percentages personally.
Yeah.
I have a favor book at my house.
Am I in there?
You're a whole chapter, bitch.
Am I in there?
Oh, no. But
I mean, wait. Hold on. Let's go back here.
Yeah.
You have a book of people that owe you favors?
Yeah.
Am I in there?
No, you're not in there.
I'm not in there. I don't owe you any favors?
No, I think we're I think we keep it even.
Pretty even? All right.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I wasn't in your book.
I'd like to see that list.
But I do have a favor
I'm glad I'm not
book.
in your black book. I appreciate that.
But no, I've been doing this, God, since I was young. I never really cash in my favors. And I do favors for people all the time.
Next time Joe calls me, hey, remember April 3rd of 73 when I gave you that extra Twix bar? No. Yeah, I need you to come play a gig for me.
But it has helped me out in the past. Like, I've been like, shit, I need a favor. I'm like, I know who would be perfect.
You go right to the book, huh? Here you go.
Hey, just, hit them up. Like, I need a favor.
Do they actually pay you back, though?
Yeah, most of the time. I mean, there's been a couple people like, no. But, like, I'll bring it up, be like, hey, can you do this for me? And if they're like, oh, no, I can't. I'm like, well, I figured since that one time or those 5 times.
You had to remind them maybe. And then they were like, oh, okay, I'll do it. After you remind them.
I do the Godfather thing. I go, I don't want your money, but one day I will call you and need you. I don't know my way to do it. But they're good. But that's good that Adam actually gave you $30 for a gig. I mean, he didn't have to.
Yeah.
And by any reason, if he got that gig from someone else and went and played it, he didn't have to give you anything. But that he got that gig from a gig from you, I mean, I think that's respectable.
Well, and he's also one of the ones is when he calls and says, hey, can I come over and look at your book and pick some gigs? Yeah, come on over. You know what I mean? And I don't expect that from anybody. It was just what I was explaining is it was a nice gesture from somebody that didn't have to do it. And let me tell you too, not every artist can do it. Adam has some other projects. He's not necessarily hurting for money, you know what I mean? Where a lot of these guys, man, they're living week to week playing music. That's another thing. I wanted to bring this up too, since we're talking about musicians and turning them away or what they do. The one thing that it drives me crazy is when they're like, hey man, I need you to get me 8 gigs this month or I'm not going to be able to make my car payment or my rent. And it's almost a turnoff. It's like, look, there's 3,000 music venues within 50 miles of New Smyrna Beach, Daytona. 3,000. You can
3,000.
3,000.
How many of those do you have?
I have 26. That's it.
I'm going to need you to get closer to that 3,000.
Yeah, I'm working. Yeah.
I got a car payment.
I'm telling you.
I got a car payment, all right?
It used to be fun, and now it's a job, But I don't feel it's necessarily my responsibility to make sure that you get those. I said, and so some of the artists that they say, hey man, I got my month's pretty good. I have 2 or 3 open dates. Can you help me? Man, I love self-sustained.
He marketed himself
right there. There's a guy right there. Okay, Jimmy Saldo. He finds his own gigs. He just calls me up and says, "Hey man, I happen to have this Thursday open. Can you help me?" Yeah, fuck yeah, I can help you, because it's one, and he's not asking for anything out of the ordinary. And I get it, but I feel like sometimes I should tell somebody, "Hey, if you can't pay your rent or your car payment because of me, get another fucking job, find something else. Music may not be for you."
Marketing.
Marketing.
I keep going. It's marketing.
Wasn't that the name of our company? Artist Management and Marketing? AMM. Artist Marketing and Management. I was going to bring you, I have a whole checkbook from back then. But,
Are you going to write me a check?
Yeah, sure.
Does it work still?
Hell
Is there any money in that account?
No, I don't know. I remember.
What if there's money in that account?
I know. I forget.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Wouldn't that
go
be?
there.
Yeah.
Our interest is compounded.
There you go.
$7.12.
Yeah, we will throw a concert
You guys
tomorrow.
should really go check out that bank account, see if there's anything in there.
What's the bank?
I think it was Truist. Or back then it was SunTrust. So I could always go. It's right down the street from me. I'll go check it out.
Wouldn't that be funny? 10 grand in there.
Yeah,
Just the interest compiling.
Yeah, right. But going back to the artist,
You better bring me my half.
it is such a difficult time to juggle because I'm doing so many this day. I freak out every month. I think, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to cover these 250, 300 gigs, whatever it is. And I freak out, and then I end up filling it, and then I always leave people out. And I could tell you from my heart, I try to be fair with everybody. I try to give as many people gigs as I can. And the one thing that really helps is if these guys are out and they're going and finding their own venues. You know what I mean? Instead of just relying on me. I admit my venues are pretty cool. I've got some really great venues that treat artists like people. Some of the times you've had Jimmy, you've played some places where you go in and you're like a second thought. You're almost like a hindrance instead of helping. You know what I mean? My venues, I've been working with them a long time. They trust me. They know what we're doing. But also, it's a matter of, hey, go out on your own. Be proactive, not reactive.
Yeah.
And Joe and I had just recently talked about the artists need to be a little more proactive in finding some other stuff too. Don't just rely on me. I'll do the best I can, and I can't please everybody all the time. I try, and I fail. I fail every month. There is somebody that I forget, and I hate it. I absolutely
you have like a Rolodex? Don't you have like
no, it's kind of like squeaky wheel, and
you don't have like an Excel spreadsheet or a program that you have all of them in with their phone numbers, what genre, availability?
Nope.
Why?
I don't. What are you talking about? That sounds like science.
What do you have, like a pad of paper?
I write everything on my.
It's a 3-ring binder.
I swear to God, I have 2.
Dude, you've had that for like 20 years.
I still have it.
Do you want to hire a company to get you on the right track here, bud?
No, it works for me. Obviously, if things get bigger,
You literally print out paper calendars and write them in there.
I sure do.
Do you know they have programs now?
Yeah,
and you could actually schedule me and it'll send them a text message or an email.
Yeah, but what if that crashes? What if my computer crashes or I lose it, or my phone, I lose it, and then I don't have a cloud?
Everything's in the cloud.
Everything's in the cloud, my friend.
I don't know.
All the female celebrities found that out a couple years ago. Everything's in the cloud.
I like my 3-ring binder. I'm comfortable
What if somebody
with it.
steals your 3-ring binder?
Then I'm fucked, dude. I'm screwed.
The other way, you need the cloud.
Yeah. Now somebody's gonna hold me up for my 3-ring binder. Give me your binder.
I'll put it out there. Anybody gets that 3-ring binder, I got $1,000 for you
right now. Thanks.
Anybody brings me that 3-ring binder, you got $1,000 for you.
Yeah, I've been trying to tell him for years.
Everybody does.
Everybody does. You can get an app, and these people could put in their available
I have
dates.
an app, by the way. It's called staticlive.app. You should look it up one time, right? We were talking about Static Live, and it all goes there.
Yeah, you also have a magazine, don't you?
Yeah, Static Live, yeah.
Static Live magazine. And then don't you have a podcast, radio show or something?
We were doing it for a while.
You were on a radio show.
We have 3 radio stations that sponsor us. We have the Hog, and we do the Friday, local lunch, the Hog, and then we also do commercials for Kicks Radio and Beach Radio up in Flagler, and we get 8 commercials on both stations twice a week, every Friday and Saturday, or every Thursday and Friday, and it's basically called the Rundown. And what we'll do is we'll go over probably 10 to 12 venues and just announce like, hey, it's Hannah Wilson playing at Chases on the Beach this Friday, 4 p.m. And it's been great. We've gotten some really good responses from that. Right now, we're still trying to, you know how it is, Jeremy, you're talking about marketing. We're still trying to build this brand. And my business partner, Billy Chapin, we've been in business 8 years. Before him, I was doing pretty good. But I never had the validity because people are like, you don't know music. You don't play music. How
are you an artist?
I am. I play tambourine pretty damn good. All right, triangle,
harmonica.
Yeah, well, no, not the harmonica. If I'm singing, take my keys. Okay, so if I'm out doing karaoke, but
he's had too many Jaeger bombs.
I was going to say, having a business partner with a Grammy kind of
helps too. We're nominated.
Grammy nominated. Yeah.
I mean, he's been there and done that. And
so, do you have some artists that have gone on to the next level?
Reed Foley's doing pretty good. We recorded with him. Dyer Davis is another one that is on a national tour right now. He was Eddie Davis before.
If anybody calls you and said they're a new Smyrna Beach recording artist,
yeah, there we go.
An Edgewater recording artist, I'll hire him on the spot.
There we go. I think between Billy and I, we've done, I want to say like 13 albums on the Static Live. I won't mention the name, but we had a guy that hated the industry. He was very jaded by it because he thought, oh, you have to have money and you have to do this. And we did an album with him, and it got picked up by Veer Records, which is Jim Sonnefeld's record label. And Jim Sonnefeld was the drummer for Hootie and the Blowfish. He wrote a lot of their big hits. We got this guy signed to a label, and he dropped out. It freaked him out.
Why?
We don't know. I think it was stress. He just he said, I'm not ready, because a lot goes into it. When you get signed to a label, but the thing that really hurt us is you can't want it more than the artist. I
wanted it more than the artist.
I would love to be in the audience when one of the artists that I helped record just even got nominated for a Grammy or something.
Do you throw shows? Do you do a lot of shows? Like not just book shows, but I mean, do you do your own shows?
As far as what?
Static Live, doing any concerts or?
We're working on some stuff. We've done some co-promoted type things. We're working on a couple of projects. I don't know if I know Joe knows, and I think Jimmy knows. We did partner with New Belgium Brewery, and they help us with the app. They also help us with the magazine, as far as some advertising goes. And we've got a couple things for 2026 that we're really excited about. But as far as...
Give me one. Give me something you're excited about for 2026.
We're working on a Battle of the Bands.
Okay.
That's going to be...
Like an old school Battle of the Bands?
It's like an old school one. And not only a cash prize, but we're going to produce their album. Billy Chapin will produce their album. And we've got 2 venues lined up. I don't want to give away too much, you know what I mean? Because it's nothing solidified. But
I don't remember that call for one of my venues.
Yeah, these ones are pretty good. I can't say anything yet. But also, Static Live. If you'll see the video, we were an intricate part of the Songwriters Festival for the last 3 years. I hosted the whole thing. I was on stage and I emceed the event. I interviewed everybody, Jimmy did as well. And the video is going to be out soon. And I'm really proud. I'm proud of what he did, and I'm proud of what Joe did. And Debbie from she's at Flagler Avenue, Flagler Tavern now. Debbie Morton
and Todd,
Todd from Promos for You. It was a great event, Jeremy. I mean, people were walking away stunned. The sound, the light, everything that we did was professional, and I'm hoping we can do it again because it was a special event. Nobody's doing things like this in New Smyrna.
No, we're doing it in 26.
Yeah, so
we're coming back in 26.
Yeah, but
100%.
We're trying to do some stuff, as far as Static Live goes. It's all about coming out of pocket. Remember we talked about you're a promoter. You're really good at what you do.
But I've gotten ways that I don't have a budget, and I've had to figure out how to do it. I partner with someone to get this person, do a door deal with this person, get this promoter.
But you're good at that. And see, for us, we don't. Billy's not a risk taker. I mean, this guy has been there and done that. He doesn't need to take risk. And so, if we're going to come and do a show, we're going to promise that it's going to be a great show and it's going to be an awesome band, but we don't want to promise ticket sales or, you know what I mean? Because there's a risk to that. And the show that we did, there was a risk to it. It was a great show. We packed it up, but we didn't make a lot of money, and so it just depends on, it has to be the right place and the right time for us to put our foot in stick our toe in the pool, so to speak, and test the waters.
And now I got a question for you. Because you work with venues and you work with artists.
Sure.
Who do you think you work for more, the venue or the artist?
I would say it would be like a 60-40 split. I'd have to say the venue first. Yeah, because without a venue, then I don't have music. You know what I mean? And not trying to be an asshole, but venues are a lot more loyal to me than artists are. Yeah. An artist, man, if they can make money, they're going to take it. If I say, hey, I really don't want you to, and I try not to do this. I hate telling people where they can and cannot play. But I've had a couple of venues go behind my back and just say, oh, we don't need an agent. We're just going to write down everybody's number that we like and see you later, Static Live.
And do the band stay?
Yeah, and they stay. And I've so many times I've been like, hey, I could be that guy. I could be a dick and say, hey, if you're going to play at this certain venue, then you're not playing in any of my others. And they would choose maybe their 1 gig a month at one place versus the 5 or 6 I get them. But I know, most of these guys, this is their living, you know what I mean? And I don't want to take money from them. But I would definitely say I would lean towards the venues just because they pay me on time, you know what I mean? And without them, there is no artist.
So I bring this up because I got a funny story one time.
Is it about me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there was I don't remember her name, but she was playing on stage. And I looked at Sean and I was like, get whatever
her
that
mom
is off my stage.
Yes.
Now. And he's like, well, do you just want to cut the feed? And I'm like, no, you go tell her to get out now.
Her mom, yeah.
Was she that bad?
No, she wasn't that bad, but it was her mom.
She wasn't great.
Yeah, she wasn't great. But you know
What
what?
would the mom do?
She was just like
Was she a momager?
Yeah, we know a couple of. I won't mention the other names on that one. There's so many. Yeah. Oh, she was the worst though. Like she was running sound. She got up. I think she sang with her daughter on one song.
She did.
Not only did he make me get her off the stage, you paid me $100 to do so.
Yeah. You paid to get him off the stage?
Yeah, I was like, get this. This is killing business.
Yeah.
Just
He was
go.
Like
make
people
this
are walking
go
out
away.
that bad.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
And he didn't want to do it because he was so pissed. He paid me $100 to do it.
I knew what I would have said.
How
the
bad
artist
is bad,
and the
though?
mother.
How bad is
I
bad?
would have been to jail.
How bad is bad?
People were leaving.
Yeah, it was
The singing, the voice, the
No,
song.
it's just the performance. She wasn't a bad singer. She wasn't.
She wasn't good.
Yeah, but
It was so bad.
That was probably one of the. There's only a couple
Have you
of
booked her since?
No.
No.
I've never even heard from her again. I never heard. There's been a couple of bands that have played, and they always said, "Oh man, we killed it." That's another thing here. You'll like this one too. So, and Jimmy probably understands 100%. This is another thing that drives me crazy. Is the band after a show, they'll be like, "Fuck, I killed it, man! I made 100 tips, man. It was awesome. I rock and roll, man. They want me every week." And at the same time, I'm getting a text from the GM or the owner.
Never again.
Yeah, and they like, "Yeah, we did so good. They let us go early," and it was like, oh,
I remember those back in the day. You get the band called, dude, we did so great. Like you just said, 100 tips. And then literally you call they're calling at the same
At the
time.
same
hey,
time.
hold on a second. What's up, babe? If you ever book that band again,
You're
we are
fired.
no longer
Yeah.
friends. I'm like,
Yeah.
no problem. But you get back on the phone. Hey, listen, guys, they're booked up for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
We're gonna get you back in there.
Yeah, I'm pretty honest with people.
You tell them?
I tell them.
I never told them. I was always just like, listen, we're gonna try to get you back in, but let's put you over at Chase's on the
Yeah.
beach.
And-
And we'll be fine with it.
a lot of them get it. This is my thing. Hey, they want to go another direction. That's my favorite thing to say. Yeah, you did
best
pretty
of luck
good
in your future endeavors.
You break up with them nicely.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at that. A different direction is my favorite thing to say.
I had one of Sean's clients, and this is before he worked with Sean. It's before me and Sean have known each other, but I wasn't using him. I was booking my own stuff, and this is probably 9 years ago.
Okay.
And I booked this guy, young kid. He sounded good from what I heard. I'm like, awesome, I'll give him a shot. He hadn't really played in town. No one really knew of him. Like, yeah, I love giving people a shot. Like Sean Holcomb, I'm pretty sure I was the first place in New Smyrna he played. Yeah. But I wanted to give this kid a shot, and I'm like, cool. And he brought his mom, which is cool, who did bring your family. I want you to bring people. His mom sat at like the premier table, like the top table. She was spending no money.
Ooh, I know who this is.
She was just sitting there. And I went up and I'm like, hey, cool that you're here. And like, even if you're not getting anything, it's fine. She's like, I'm with the band. Okay. I was like, this is a prime table for me. Can you please, like, there's a table over there. Can you just please move? I'm on a wait. I need people to sit here that are going to spend money. She would not move. Would not leave that table. Come back 5-6 years later is the first time I let him play at my venue again. And for years, I have told him, no, I will never pay him money again because of his mother.
Another mom.
And he's good. Hey, he's a good player.
He's good.
He's really
he is good.
And everybody here knows him.
You're going to tell me who it is off.
Yeah. Remember,
I'll tell you off,
we've already said a bunch of names. We said we're not going to talk, but there's a couple of momagers out there that they come in and they act like they own the place. They rearrange furniture. They
tell me if I'm right.
I'll tell you off air.
Yeah,
I want to guess. I want to guess on air.
Why not?
Yeah, go ahead. You're never going to guess it. I bet you won't guess it.
It wasn't Johnny Reed.
No. I love Reed.
Yeah, Reed's always been pretty professional. And even if his dad, and God bless his mom, they were always great. No, but there are some. Remember, there's one lady that comes around and she rearranges the tables and puts stuff on stage, and
See, Sean takes things so to heart. He does. He takes things so to heart.
Yeah, it's all right.
See, I'm just like with the kid that we're talking about. I didn't say anything online. I didn't say anything other than
again.
I will never give him money again.
Yeah, we brought him back though, didn't we? Once.
Yet one time.
And he did good.
Yeah, and his mother could not be there.
Yeah. There's
Did you tell him that?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's been some
I told
incidents.
Sean to tell him.
Yeah.
Did you tell him?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He goes. He understood. There's a couple of people that I've said, hey, you can't bring your boyfriend, you can't bring your girlfriend because they kind of make you look. I just had this happen this week. I won't mention any names, but they were like, hey, this guy's
are no fun. Start mentioning names.
Yeah, this guy's really good, but his sound guy was a total jerk, and it might cost him gigs. So that's another thing that sucks is when you have to kind of direct people. But that's part of the business, man. It's just like, again, double booking, biggest fear in the world. Biggest fear. I used to happen to me all the time. I hate it, because you got to tell somebody to go home.
Joe walked in with a cooler.
I did
today.
Okay.
And I need to know why.
Let's lighten it up. We were going to get kind of negative there, talking about.
I want you guys to try something, and Jeremy and I never do this because this is a potential client for us at Stir Hospitality. We haven't even solidified this deal yet, but we got a sample in the mail, and Jeremy found this out about 5 minutes before we went on the show that we even got the sample. So he's finding out the first time. He told me my communication's terrible. I agree with him. I apologize.
Text message.
Well, it is somewhat tipsy, so drinking should be included, I would
100%.
say. Yes,
But-
right?
And maybe wait till the end of the show. Bullshit.
Well, give me about 5 of those. I'll be mentioning.
today.
Yeah, I'll be mentioning every
You'll
name
be
in the
singing
world.
in about 5 minutes
I'll be
up there.
singing names.
This is why we didn't give him booze.
That's good. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
But there's this company, let's be frank, they're in New Jersey and Key West. They're looking for distribution here in Florida. So we're possibly going to be working with them to get them distribution in Florida, the rest of Florida.
So this is a drink, no mixers needed.
It's an espresso martini, 16. I think it's 16% alcohol. No. Oh, you ruined it.
Why?
I'll do another one.
Why'd I ruin it?
So it's a martini. So you have to shake it. You have to shake it really well. And this is going to look great on
Shake it
camera.
like a Polaroid picture.
So now that it's shaking, you want to get the froth.
Ooh, frothy. I want that one, not the one he opened.
Give him one.
Oh, I'm going to get one.
Oh, you have a temper one? How many of these did you get?
I got a couple.
We're drinking all night. So this is a espresso martini.
So
Crank it up.
this was the espresso martini that we didn't shake. So we need a shaker for that one. We can do that downstairs.
Okay.
But this is the affogato.
All right.
Wow.
So
That's really
I
good.
was
it?
blown away by the fact that a canned espresso
I
martini.
hope they cut this out online, just so you know.
I should
No.
do that a little higher.
you do it higher, bro. You know how that thing goes.
I love the flap on the back of your arms when you do that. It's so
Looks
hot.
great, right?
By the way, Frank It Up, Static Live is looking for sponsors. So if you guys ever want to come in and talk to us, and Joe,
Yes.
we would love to have you. All right, you ready? Here's to Somewhat Tipsy. You guys, thank you. I hope we have a couple more questions going.
Drink yours.
No.
He doesn't drink anymore.
That's really good.
Dude, I'm telling you, I was blown away. And like I said, we normally don't.
Did you try it?
Yes. Yeah, I always try.
It is good.
But we never bring up potential clients. We'll bring up clients that we have, but never potential clients before the deal's even sold.
But you drank
And
6 of these on your way here. Yeah, bring it up, right?
I was amazed because it's better than the one I make.
It's pretty
And
good.
I would never, ever think that out of a can drink, but it's better than the one I make.
So yeah, you put this in a martini glass and do the little swirls and put a nice little thing in there. It does taste really good.
Yeah.
Actually. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not a chocolate martini guy, but it's good. I can see this for breakfast, just so you know, it really tastes good.
Right from the Jaeger bottle.
But it's one of those, let's be frank,
Can you drink it out of the can?
You can drink it out of the can.
I mean, do they promote drinking out of the
Yeah,
can?
it says it right on there. Pour it into a shaker and shake well, or drink it straight from the can.
Can you shotgun it? That's what I want to know. Is it big enough?
And we're sidestepping Karen for this episode. I brought something too.
Oh yeah, here we go.
You can explain that on air.
Do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, we're gonna look.
Have you ever seen Stacy?
Oh God, Stacy.
Stacy?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
See, Jeremy doesn't even know what Stacy is.
Stacy?
Stacy's
Okay,
interesting.
so Jimmy and I, we were trying to. This is part of Stacy. There's
Like Stacy's mom?
No, here you go. Look at this one. This is classic. Did you know that I was sponsored by Coors Light? Okay, so Jimmy and I were trying to come up with something funny for a podcast back in. It was probably about last year. I think we did it.
Was that you?
2 years ago? Was it 3 years ago? God.
Is that you?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
I
that's
never
him.
want to see this can
Yeah, I
again.
know. Trust me.
Like, I don't even want to show the crowd. It's that bad.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, you want to turn it around there. So we were trying to come up. We started doing.
Do you have this can? Do you drink these at home?
No,
Picture on it, Jimmy?
he came up with this. So we were doing a newscast. We did the Static Live News, all right? And it started off, I did it at home, and I literally had Static Live behind me, and it was kind of like a take on, remember when David Spade was with Saturday Night Live, and he would do like funny, pick on people kind of stuff. So we would come up with these funny stories, and Jimmy loved the idea, and he's like, look, let's do the news, but let's put a green screen behind it, make it look like you're really sitting at a table and all that. So we did a couple of those, and they turned out great. He was ingenious. He came up with a way that I had a monitor so I could read, you know what I mean? Read, and we had it down pretty good. And we were just trying to think of something. And at the time, men playing women's sports was really big. All right, so the transgender thing was huge with guys playing sports. So I came up with an idea to be Stacy Tuck It Under was my name, and I was the greatest senior trans athlete in the world. And we did 3 episodes. There was one where I was a swimmer, and there was one where I was a tennis player, and the last one we did, I was a boxer.
What was your name?
Stacy Tuck It Under.
I wonder where you got that from. All right. Stacy Tuck It Under.
You'll have to look it up. It's I don't know. A lot of people really got it because
What's up with the Coors Light can with your picture on it?
we said that Coors Light was sponsoring us. We kind of lied, but Jimmy came up with that idea. So
That's why he's working with Daytona Beverage.
yeah, exactly. Please don't show Renee that. We get fired. But
What did you wear the wig?
Yeah.
Put the wig on.
Dude, you got to see it.
you
man.
got to watch it. It's
Put the wig. I want to see what you look like now.
no, I'm not doing it. I
Give
mean,
me little Stacy.
no, look it
Little
up.
Stacy's mom or something.
yeah.
Come on.
Luckily for Sean, we are running out of time.
Dude, I will extend this thing. I don't even care how much
We
it costs.
did-
I want to see him. I want to see him as Stacy.
We did we kind of skipped over Come On Karen, but I don't want to, so I want to do it a little different. I'm going to read off the Come On Karen, and then I want y'all to tell me in the comments how you would respond. If you were the owner of this restaurant, put your responses in the comments.
Come on, Karen.
Come on, Karen.
April M. from Walnut Creek, California.
Oh, I've been there.
How dare this restaurant sabotage my diet by offering delicious pizza and pasta worth a drive from anywhere in the Bay Area. It is darned inconsiderate. 1-star review.
How now? What's the question? Is how would you deal with this?
Yeah, how do you
got
respond?
a 1-star. So
So they're giving you a compliment, but
You
they
have the
are
best food, but they
screwing your
can't-
restaurant
they
with a
can't eat it.
1-star.
So they're giving you a 1-star. They're giving you a comment. You got such great food. They've seen it online or whatever, and they're not coming there for that reason. Then you get a 1-star.
Yep.
Okay, so do we answer this like as
Who
a
lets them in?
yeah? But do we answer this like a professional would, or do we say, Karen, you're a fat pig? I'm sorry we couldn't serve you
Let
rabbit food.
it rip. In the comments, let it rip
I know what I would do.
however you would respond.
How would you handle it?
Because thanks for the compliment, but you just knocked my star rating down.
Yeah, it was a backhanded compliment.
I call and give her free pasta for a year. I would write right back up there. Hey, I'm Jeremy. I'm the owner of this restaurant. I would thank you for your comment. Excellent food. Thank you. The 1-star confused me. Let's come in and talk about it. I'm going to give you free pasta every Friday for a year and unlimited garlic bread. You fat ass.
We're going to get you to your weight goal.
I'm going to get you to your weight goal.
Oh man, the Yelp reviews. I know that every restaurant looks at them. It's not as big as it used to be. I don't know if you guys ever saw the South Park episode where Cartman was a Yelp revealer and he just went around getting free food because I'm on Yelp. You remember that?
People do that.
It's
I've
sad.
had him call a couple times. Hey, we're from this website, this. I'm like, that's great. I'll give you a call back, no problem.
Yeah, it's not as big as it used to be, but it does suck because people seem like they have the power. I can make you look shitty by just typing on the computer.
Look, Sean, I want to thank you for coming on. Sean Impara, Static Live,
thank you,
magazine,
Joe.
Static Live
app. Static Live music. We just redid our website. So everything's under staticlive.com. It's all under one umbrella. We have 58,000 followers on our Instagram. We are averaging 52,000 views a month on our social media. So we've built a brand, and we're hoping to keep growing. We thank everybody for supporting us. We really do. It's been a 15 years since I started doing this. In the last 8 years, with Billy and everything that we're doing, we've created. I think we're one of the largest agencies right now in Central Florida. So
love it.
Thank you, everybody that's been a part of that. You and Jeremy, I know you've been part, and Jimmy's helped me a lot, and he's gotten a lot of work from us. Jimmy and I have done some funny things. And I do want to get back to Stacy really quick because, I know this transgender thing is, I'll keep it quick.
Yes, let's get Sean canceled quicker.
I had a lot of people reach out to me in positive and negatives. It was strictly satire. It was so over the top, and it had nothing to do with the transgender community. It had something to do with men playing women's sports. That was something that we had both agreed upon, and you being an athlete, and at one point maybe you were, Jeremy. But obviously, come on, I had to dig at you once. But that was the whole thing. It was straight up satire about this and that, and we didn't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, but I'm sure we'll re-release it at some point on YouTube or whatever, and we just had a lot of fun with it. So but thanks, Joe, for having me, Jeremy, and obviously Jimmy. I had a great time. I was looking forward to finally being an interviewee instead of an interviewer. As you know, I've done a lot of interviews myself, and it was fun. It was a great time. I appreciate you guys.
Well, remember to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. And, check out Static Live. Let's be frank. I think we hit a lot. Hopefully we didn't offend the transgender community too much with Sean's comments. I think he apologized there at the end. And, I don't think we want men in women's sports. Peace.
Yep. Thank you.
This episode brought to you by Stir Hospitality.
Go to stirhospitality.com if you are a new restaurant. If you're a restaurant that is not seeing the profits that you used to.
Bar and nightclub.
Bar and nightclub, too. They will get you back in the black. Stirhospitality.com.